Hi, I'm Sarah and I blog at tamingtwins.com. I'm here today for MumTalk TV to talk a little bit about some tips that I picked up over 3 years of suffering with infertility and going through 3 lots of IVF. And we were lucky enough that it did work in the end, but I know it's a really difficult time and I've really struggled. So I hope maybe these tips can help you if you're going through it or if you know someone that is. My first tip number 1, is get out and about. It really saved my sanity to be able to just get in the car and go away sometimes. Nothing posh, nothing elaborate, but we would occasionally just get in the car at the weekends, drive somewhere lovely, drive to the seaside, drive to somewhere beautiful and go for a walk, get some fresh air, take my mind off of our normal situation, which for me had become tests and injections and worrying and waiting, and just to get out and go to see new places really helped to keep me sane. Tip number 2 is hide from people if you need to. I spent a long time going to children's birthday parties of friends, going to christenings, putting on a brave face and coming home and sobbing. Not because I was not happy for them, but sometimes you're so consumed by your own misery and loss and sadness that it's really hard to be around all the people that are celebrating all the things that you really wish you were. And for a long time I felt really guilty about not wanting to do those things, and then I realised no, it was about self-preservation, and you know, it's okay to not want to do those things. Whatever you say you're not doing it, it's okay. Yeah, put yourself first. Don't worry too much about missing the odd thing if it makes you feel better. Tip number 3 is keep talking to each other. Whatever you're going through, sometimes it can be easy to want to stick your head in the sand and feel like the other person in the couple doesn't understand how you feel. Well, that's your job to make sure they do understand it. You have to keep talking to each other. Even when it's really hard, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's lonely, you've got to talk to them, tell them they're the only person that's going through it with you, and it means as much to them as it does to you, so keep talking to each other. Tip number 4 is be careful who you tell. Once you tell people that you're trying for a baby, people ask all the time. They're being friendly, they're being lovely, they're trying to be helpful, but when that baby doesn't come, or when it takes a really long time, and when you move on to another step and another step, those people still keep asking, and you don't necessarily want to always answer about every test and every result, and sometimes you just need to handle it a little bit on your own when you just want to come to terms with it without talking to everybody first. My 5th tip, number 5, is meditation. Now, if you're not into this, you might think it's a bit crazy, but please, I would really recommend you give it a go. It's all about just stilling your mind for a few minutes and not obsessing about what is happening to you or what's going to be happening. It's about just thinking about that moment that you're in. And I downloaded an app when I started called Headspace, and it guides you through a 10-minute meditation each day. It just gives you some brain space. It really helped to keep me sane. I would definitely recommend giving it a go. My final tip number 6, is to focus on one day at a time. And I know that's an old cliche, but it really is true. It really works. Focus on getting through that one test you've got on that day. Focus on whatever you've got to achieve that day. I hope those tips have been useful. If there's someone you know that's going through infertility or IVF, I'd love it if you could share this video with them in case it can help them. My blog is tamingtwins.com if you'd like to get in touch, and you can find me on Twitter at tamingtwins. I'm really happy to answer any questions or help if I can. I'm also going to put some useful links down in the information section below, so links to advice and other things that have helped me, sites that have helped me when I was going through it all. It's a really awful time in your life. There's not a lot anybody can do to help you, but there's a few things you can do to kind of look after yourself, and I think that's really important when you're going through it. So thanks for watching. Bye.